Now on to Sony. They showed off a Destiny trailer, which VT, you've actually been playing that. So what do you think about that?
The Destiny, I haven't been playing it. I just got in. Like I finished downloading it right as we were starting.
What do you think of the download process?
Yeah, how was
the download was very smooth. I mean, I put
That's
the code
good.
in. I said, "Hey, this is what I want." I downloaded.
So no, hold
it.
on. How did you put the code in? Like, did you have to go to like the PlayStation Store or?
No, I did have to use the controller to put it in.
Oh,
So that was kind of a bummer.
Are you sure? Can you use the PlayStation Move? Is this PlayStation Move compatible?
I don't have a Move yet.
Oh.
So I don't know.
Oh, that's a shame.
But yeah, I wish the code entering process could have been a little bit smoother. But once you get into it and once you really learn how to download, start it, and once it gets going, it's really, really smooth.
That's good. That's good. It's good to know. Hopefully, when it gets a full release, the download process will be even smoother.
Well, that's awesome. All you need to know about Destiny.
Yep. There you go. There's going to be a white PS4 bundled with it as well as a 30-day voucher to PS Plus, and it comes out on September 9th. Pretty cool. That's Destiny. The Order 1886 shows off its filmic gameplay where the player walks slowly and presses a total of about 12 buttons. Everyone looking forward to The Order 1886?
I was thinking, like, I was pretty excited when I found out that they had, like, the letterbox view, so there was just sort of less on display.
Mm-hmm.
But what really sold me was the fact that the frame rate is only going to be 30 FPS for stylistic reasons.
Yeah.
I wasn't even concerned about the gameplay, but as it turns out, you sort of, like, got this gun, and you pretty much just use that, and it's against monsters, so... Yeah, solid game, 10 out of 10.
Agree.
Yeah, it looked pretty standard. I'm disappointed because when I saw the first, and this always kills me when they showed the first trailer, like either last E3 or whatever it was. They're like, "Oh my god, this game looks amazing!" I'm like, "How can you tell this was a cinematic trailer?" Like, I really like the environment. I like the whole, like, just the era, the feel of it. But when I saw actual gameplay, I was kind of like, "Oh, another one of these."
I was kind of excited because it was like a video game set, sort of in the UK, or seemingly. And you know, because usually, like, British voice actors get a pretty good deal out of, like, any fantasy games ever, because for some reason it just, like, breaks immersion to have any like US voice actors in a fantasy
like
RPG
all
or whatever.
like dwarves are Scottish no matter what.
Obviously.
But yeah, it kind of looks shit.
Meh.
Yeah, it looks pretty meh.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like the worst game ever to be released, but
no,
like,
it doesn't look horrible. It doesn't
game,
look bad. It doesn't, but it just looks like, well, it's a game, and well, it kind of looks like a game.
It barely seems to know what it is about. Like, it's called The Order. Then 1886, I'm guessing, is just the time set up. The Order is presumably like the force, and then like fighting these monsters for some vague reason. And but I had to turn against the people I defend.
The group that I was once a part of, I had to turn against, and now they're out to get me. And
I thought the monsters were a bit weird looking. They reminded me more of the Metro monsters than anything else.
Couldn't have the more sort of clean cut monsters. I hate that in particular. Like, they're not suited, booted, or anything. They're just really sloppy, ugly looking monsters.
They look like they belong in a Castlevania game. Like, I think
they do look completely random. I thought they were out to get like werewolves or something, but that wasn't apparently the case.
If they were, they should have had silver bullets.
Yeah.
Seems like a proportion you would have.
More of a classic monster, werewolves, and that kind of thing, but apparently
kind of like an underworld, but set in 1886.
Right.
That would have been nice.
Steampunk underworld. That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah. God, we should just sell these ideas.
We should. We're brilliant.
Isn't that just BioShock, sort of?
What? No, not really.
No.
Well, it's underworld, underwater, steampunk. There you go, BioShock.
Wow, it has half the titles the same. You got us on that one.
See, I am fairly certain you just ripped off BioShock. Come on, guys. Hand in your game developer license.
It takes place in a world as well, so...
Yeah, there are people and there's conflict.
Oh, see,
bio meaning organic material. What are werewolves made of?
I don't know. It's just when you said that, like, all I could think of was the section in BioShock where the lights go off, you have the shotgun, and splices are just attacking you. I don't know.
I don't know which section that is. Besides all of them.
Well, no, the lights aren't off in the majority of them. They have lights on.
Yeah.
Anyway, Entwined is a new indie game about controlling two characters, each with their own analog stick, much like Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. It's available now on PlayStation Network for $10, which is a thing you like, VT. You mentioned earlier how you like people making announcements, and you have them now.
That is cool. The game itself doesn't look all that interesting to me.
But it's a bird that's in love with a fish.
It is.
I feel like
story.
If I want to. The main selling point of it just feels like I already had that with Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. I don't need it in Dyad Vision.
Yeah, I mean, graphically it looks all right, but I don't think it's the type of game I would like. I'm not really into
kind of like Twitter, Brothers meets Secrets of Reticon, but is actually that gripping. It's kind of weird the way they chose that relationship as well, because it's kind of like a heartwarming story about a bird-eating spider that fell in love with a bird.
So Infamous Second Son gets standalone DLC where you can play as Fetch. Fetch is one of the people who are being held captive by this lady called Augustine, but she escaped and she became one of your sidekicks in the main game, and you'll be able to play as her in her own standalone DLC called Infamous First Light, which is alright.
Interesting. I mean, I want to play the second. I like the first Infamous. I haven't played the second one or Second Son.
Second one is best one. The third's alright. First one's pretty okay. Little Big Planet 3 is coming out this November for PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. All user-created levels from Little Big Planet 1 and Little Big Planet 2 will work in Little Big Planet 3 with enhanced graphics.
I was never really into the whole Little Big Planet thing. I tried a few times to get into it. Just didn't do it for me.
I actually really enjoyed Little Big Planet 1. But by the time Little Big Planet 2 came along, I was like, I've had my fill of the Little Big Planetness, so I don't know how much I'll enjoy Little Big Planet 3. I'm going to be getting it since it's Little Big Planet, and I haven't had my feel of it for a while, but I don't know, just Little Big Planet.
Yeah. To be honest, I only played it in one extremely long session with some friends, but once I got to the point where I was satisfied with how enjoyable it was to punch all of your friends on the platform.
That was the most enjoyable thing, slapping them.
Like after that, I was pretty much done in a good way. I enjoyed the game. But...
I do find it interesting that it's coming out on PS3 as well, because the conference made it sound like it was coming out on only PS4. Bit weird.
Funny how they made it sound like
you have to have the PS4 unless you have a PS3, then that's fine.
Yeah. Bloodborne was announced, coming 2015. It's from Software. That was a weird thing to say, from Software.
Oh, was it from Software? That confused the shit out of me.
Yes. Terrible
name. It came up on screen from Software, and I'm like, where's the rest of the name? How is it going to transition into this?
The company's name is just Software.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I genuinely thought at that point. Okay, well.
But I'm definitely looking forward to this one. I love Dark Souls. I'm going through Dark Souls 2 now, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So
apparently, I think it has the director from Demon Souls on it. I think that's what I remember
Demon
reading.
Souls or the first Dark Souls. I don't know who does what as far as the names.
It's like the A-team of Dark Souls is working on it again.
I have actually seen some gameplay of this. And this was one of the ones where the frame rate was a bit choppy. I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's why they didn't show it. I bet because of how
something like that.
Bleh.
Yeah, it chugged frames. It wasn't just like 30 FPS. It dropped pretty low.
Well, it's good to know From Software haven't changed.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because it was basically like that on 360 and PS3.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm pretty sure Vertigo is going to explode with rage at this, but I struggle to tell action RPGs apart sometimes. So I couldn't.
RPGs, I think RPGs in general need like 20 different classifications because
strategy RPG, turn-based RPG, JRPG, Western RPG. So they just keep on going.
Because there's like Dark Souls and let's say Darksiders would both be action RPG. Skyrim would probably be considered action RPG, but none of those games are alike. Like even
then Diablo is called an action RPG.
Right. So those games are nothing alike. So
action on its own generally means nothing, I guess. But
right.
But,
and role-playing game has been so diluted as well because hey, you play a role and it's playing and it's also a game. It's an RPG.
Well, I think too that people think action, they think not turn-based, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I guess.
And there's really not that many turn-based RPGs these days, so we're seeing just everything labeled action RPG. So, but anyway, I really like the setting. I really like that whole gothic horror type setting, like Ravenloft type setting. So just the setting I'm excited for. And it sounds like from what I've heard, they're going more for your character being a little bit more on the offensive than you tend to be in Dark Souls. In Dark Souls, it's more kind of defensive and wait for the enemy to attack. Not necessarily.
Then parry, then stab them in the back.
Yeah. Right, or sidestep them or roll and then attack after they've already attacked. So this game is supposed to be more on the offensive. In fact, the main character they showed, and what very little action they showed, he was like dual wielding.
Yeah, he had like a gun or something.
Any defense at all. I think there is going to be guns as well.
Okay, I imagine it's going to be like the old slow reloading ones, so that you can just use the same animations for a crossbow.
Right. So like maybe you get like a gunshot or two off in a combo, but then you have to take time to reload if you want to use the.
Yeah. I can imagine that. Ubisoft showed off 7 minutes of gameplay of Far Cry 4, and on PS3 or PS4 you can have your friend play co-op with you even if they don't own the game. So you just invite them to the game, they're in your game, done.
I was kind of concerned that they were just meant split screen.
Oh.
I'm trying to find a way to wrap that up to make it more interesting.
Split screen. Get out of here.
It sounds like they're going to make it to be almost like an extended demo where the person can hop in and play with you, but they can't play
true
by themselves.
Because they turn off all these story missions for co-op. So that basically.
Oh, okay. So it's like sandbox mode.
Yeah. But they made it sound like it's not going to be like, oh, you get to play for 10 minutes and then you're done. They made it sound like you would actually get a good taste of the game and actually get a couple hours even out of the free version. So it would be interesting to see how they pull that off.
If both players own the game and do co-op, can they then do story missions, or is co-op specifically reserved for sandbox mode?
Sandbox.
Okay. See,
really?
Yeah, I think they said that on the stage.
If you enjoy it because of the co-op mode, then you're gonna get less out
through the story.
The game because story missions you got to do on your own. Yeah.
Yeah. So Dead Island 2 had a trailer shown, and it has a 30-day exclusive beta and other exclusive content for PlayStation, and it's being developed by Jaeger Studios. They made Spec Ops: The Line. Now they're doing Dead Island 2. Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I haven't played Dead Island. I know a lot of people were disappointed.
It's awful.
It's pretty
Did you play co-op?
I did
play co-op. It was more
Everybody
fun,
who played co-op seemed to enjoy it. I mean, you could say that about any game.
Watching paint dry in co-op is fun because you can talk about your day with your friend.
I mean, but some games just really shine with. I mean, I know that there's probably kind of a thin line there, but there are games where, like Borderlands, I feel like I can play Borderlands solo.
I actually preferred Borderlands 2 single player because of the story. I did. I played it through a single player, and I prefer it because there's so much dialogue in that game, and there's so much text to read that in co-op it's always rushing, but in single player you actually have time to read through all of it and actually realize what the writers wrote, and it's like, hey, that's pretty cool. And you can hear you actually can hear the jokes. So you hear about Butt Stallion.
We heard about Butt Stallion. We just got up during the Butt Stallion part. But yeah, there's always that one person who's like blah 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 talking over or skipping the cutscenes, which is the worst. I'm like, no, don't do that. That's why I don't play pubs either. That's why it's always people I know, which is why I usually.
Oh god, yeah.
Playing public games in the first Borderlands was the worst because if you and a friend wanted to trade weapons, you'd have to drop them on the ground, and then the dickhead would just come along and pick up both of your weapons, and both of you would have none of your weapons, and it'd just be awful.
Both of you had none of your weapons, yeah.
Sorry.
Again, they did another fancy trailer, didn't they? like
It was
Dead
CG.
Island, yeah, I know exactly.
Except instead of being serious, they're like, we're gonna be goofy, and yeah.
Which is, to be fair, more what Dead Island was like in the end.
In the end, at the start of the game,
like,
though,
super serious and kind of traumatizing almost. But
and in Dead Island had real tonal problems because they have references to like that who's the fucking guy with the chainsaw in the horror movies? Jason.
Jason Voorhees. Maybe?
Yeah, I think that's him. Yeah, they had references to him. He'd attack you, and they also had some random lady going, "I need some fucking champagne." And then at the start of the game, they also have this guy who's talking about how he had to kill his wife or whatever. He's like, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. It's just like, fucking Christ, pick a tone and stick with it, you piece of shit.
Yeah. It's like that robot in Futurama that switches between maudlin and irreverent. It has a switch. Yeah. So it's talking about the horrors of wars, and then it flips the switch and starts making jokes.
Yeah, exactly. That's Dead Island. Yeah, basically. So, I don't expect much from Dead Island 2, though, because all the writers and basically all the people who made Spec Ops: The Line, they're gone from Jaeger. So I expect it to be pretty shit, like the first one and the second Dead Island, which no one likes to talk about. So, whatever.
Oh yeah, Riptide. I forgot that existed.
We all like to do that, pretend that it doesn't exist.
Vertigo. Diablo 3 on PS4 will have monsters from The Last of Us in it. Unique behaviors and movesets.
I mean, I love Diablo now. Glad that they've patched it. It's a hell of a lot of fun now, and I can definitely put lots of hours into it now they fixed all that. But I have zero desire to play this again on a console. And well, the Last of Us thing is cool, even though I've never played Last of Us. It's cool they're getting like unique content, and it's cool that it's getting updated for the PS4 and all that. But I mean, again, I guess it's a great opportunity for people who haven't played Diablo and gotten to see how awesome it is to get it to really experience what Diablo should have been at launch.
I think I'll pick up Diablo on PS4 since, as far as I'm aware, the PC still has its DRM shit, and I'm Australian, so that's never going to work.
Blimey.
Christ. Disney Infinity... No, you're not. You're so not.
I have to drop out.
Okay.
For now. You guys can...
Well, it was nice having you on here. Thank you for talking. It's been very fun discussing all these subjects with you. We'll still have a bit more to discuss, so we'll be doing it by our, just the two of us. So thank you for dropping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I will see you guys later.
See ya.
See ya. So, Disney Infinity 2 will get...
from your channel.
Disney Infinity 2... yeah. Disney Infinity 2 will get exclusive Avengers content on PlayStation, and this is just more of the whole exclusive content because fuck you.
Yep, that's basically...
And
who'd have thought that Disney...
I really find it weird that Disney Infinity is getting the exclusive content, because the biggest selling point about having the figurines is the fact that, if you want to get your figurine on this machine and then bring it over to your friend's house, it'll work there as well. You just need to bring your figurine along, you can just bring your save out, you can all play co-op, yada yada. It has all your information on the little toy. But this makes it so that's pointless, and now it only works on basically just yours. So who wants to buy it unless they just really want to play as the Avengers or Black Widow, which I do, so I'm going to be buying it. Hi.
Yeah, exactly. You're part of the problem.
I am, because I just want to play as Black Widow. But see, that's the thing. It's just dumb. Exclusive content is dumb. A partnership. Do you want to add anything to that before we move on, or?
Oh yeah, that's slightly concerning. A partnership between Paradox and Sony, and their Magica was okay, but
it was really buggy. I wonder if it's even going to be able to pass QA at Sony.
Yeah, well,
they all try launching it and then just crashes to the XMB.
Magica was a decent title, but it's not one that I estimate to be among Paradox's best. And the fact that all of them are working on the PS4 obviously means that they're not making anything that I'm going to be interested in, most likely.
Yeah,
I imagine
it just
that they're
seems
mostly
weird.
working on Magic 2, and they'll probably port Wizard Wars as well, I should think.
Yeah, the Magic game seems like the easiest one of Paradox's games to put on a console, because I can't imagine many people on consoles enjoying Europa Universalis. I think that's them.
So suited. Yeah, that's them. Europa
I thought so.
Universalis and the other titles.
Crusader Kings and
Crusader Kings. Yeah, they did Crusader Kings. Yeah, they also published the first 2 Mount and Blade games. Well, the Mount and
see,
Blade
I just don't see the PS4 people enjoying those games, because they're excited for games like Uncharted 4, and they're not so excited for like when they're talking about games you want to buy for the PS4, they're like, yeah, Uncharted, yeah. They're not like, yeah, going to be playing me some of that Europa Universalis. Doesn't seem like something that
it's unlikely. Yeah.
Seems quite interesting.
I can see why they're porting Magica as well, because
it does seem like the game that they would.
It's probably better suited to consoles than it is actually to PCs. It's quite arcadey, and
I hope the games Magica 2 is better, because I've never finished Magica 1, and I've played through it multiple times with multiple different people, and we all get up to the same point, and we all just get bored with the game or just exhausted with one section. It's just... So I hope the second game is better.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens.
Yeah. So, Double Fine is remastering Grim Fandango for PS4 and PS Vita, and other platforms are in talks, which he announced on Twitter, but he didn't mention it at the conference because, it's a Sony conference, and they had to make sure he said exclusive to bullshit platforms.
Yeah, it's it's kind of like their own backyard for the big publishers and developers and software hardware owners, but it is kind of annoying that they can just pretty much blatantly lie.
That's basically it. They do lie. And it's just dumb. I'm glad that the Double Fine is remastering, well, Sony is, since they helped do the talks with Disney, but yeah, I'm glad that Grim Fandango is getting redone, since I hear it's really good, but I've never actually played it because, by the time I heard about it, it was impossible to find.
Yeah, I can't say I played it myself, and I don't know much about it, but hey, enjoy those people who liked Grim Fandango and own those consoles. And possibly other platforms who are in talks.
So Volva Digital, they showed off a bunch of games like Hotline Miami 2, Broforce, and other titles. It looks like they're all just going to be on PC and PS4.
Yeah, I'll be 10 seconds and then I'll be back, okay?
Okay. What were we talking about?
Yeah. I saw Hotline Miami 2 at Rezzed.
So Volva Digital is still showing off their PC titles as PS4 games, and there was that weird Myst title thing, but it was like Serious Sam graphics. I honestly thought they were showing off Serious Sam 4. Then it's like, no, it's puzzles, and it's like, okay, that's weird.
Well, to be fair, wait, when you say Serious Sam graphics, do you mean like it was just a beige screen, or?
Yeah, it is all beige and brown and blah.
Oh yeah, that's true. They had brown as well. Sorry, I forgot how diverse.
It has a very diverse color palette.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just looked like a list of games that you can play on your PC and maybe on your PS4, but whatever.
It's a lot of ports that have stuff that have come out on PC a while ago. Exclusive though.
Yes, it is definitely exclusive because PC doesn't count because reasons. There was a new PS4 exclusive by Suda50. There was a new PS4 exclusive called Let It Die. It's going to be free to play, which is already lost interest, and it's coming in 2015. And I was actually discussing with Mad Dragon when this game was on the show. It was like, buy Suda51, and I was like, this doesn't look like a Suda51 game. I bet you this is just a game like he's not actually making, but just producing sort of not as hands-on as an actual director would be. And yep, he's not. There's actually another director who is directing the whole experience. So,
and he's the executive director,
which basically just means they're going to put his name on it for sales, but not really, because they did that with like a bunch of his previous games, like Shadows of the Damned. That was a Suda 51 game. Yeah, it totally was not. Lollipop Chainsaw, a Suda 51 game, but it was totally was not. It's just like, why do you keep putting his name on stuff? Killer is Dead is another one. That was a Suda 51 game. It's fucking not. What? So stupid.
I guess if they like try to make something that's remotely weird and then just slap his name on it, they feel as though they can sort of justify it that way.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what they're doing. And then they're like, "Oh, it's weird, but it'll be good because it's Suda." Yeah.
And then when people buy it and then they realize it's bad, they're like, "No, it's not because it's Suda 51. See, he didn't even do anything on it. See." And then it's dumb. There's Abzu, which is a game being made by.
I was gonna stick on Let It Die for just a second.
Oh, okay.
And say,
Go ahead.
well, just about the game itself. It looks like a sort of a MOBA, but with improvised weaponry and some weird leveling system that doesn't appear to be scaled or anything. So, yeah, I'm not sure.
When it said free to play, I lost all interest. I'm gonna be honest.
It's probably gonna be a muddle of
free to play and mobile only. My two biggest turn-offs in gaming.
Yeah, mobile. Anyway, Abzu.
Abzu, yeah. It's being made by some of the same people who worked on Journey, which is pretty interesting. I've not actually played Journey yet. I hear it's like 90 minutes long, though, so I should totally play it one day. But I hear Journey is really good, and it's like an emotional roller coaster and stuff like that. Well, not a roller coaster. Basically, it's good. But, that's all we can really know.
Well, Abzu's... That's the one where they're exploring the ocean in the fancy
it's
suit,
the
right?
ocean game.
It kind of looked like Waking Mars set in the ocean.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I do see some of the same similarities in like the movement. Yeah, just it's Waking Mars but with a different color palette.
Whatnot. Yeah.
Interested to know how they'll differentiate it then.
If it's a shorter game than Waking Mars was, then I guess that would be fine. But I don't know. There wasn't.
There just wasn't that much shown about it to make it really that interesting.
Yeah. Like you didn't. They honestly didn't do anything. There's some beautiful environments. It looked really nice, but no idea. What
it did look really nice, but there wasn't anything to really show about the gameplay, and that's really important for a game, unless you want to be filmic, 30 FPS, 1920 by 800.
Yeah, gameplay's kind of thin on the ground as far as E3 is concerned, isn't it? We take what we can get.
It's a sad E3 when Assassin's Creed has some of the most interesting gameplay.
Yeah.
There's No Man's Sky coming to... Yeah, No Man's Sky is coming to PlayStation 4 as a console exclusive, so it's presumably also coming out on PC. It features a procedurally generated universe, has crafting, combat, and more info will be released when the game gets closer to release. It's very interesting in concept, and it looks really impressive, but I don't know if it's going to, play that well. They haven't released that much information about how the game plays, so, it's great that this 4-man team has made a procedurally generated universe, and that's really fucking impressive, but if the gameplay doesn't work, then it's all for nothing.
I was really impressed by this, and I did get the impression that it might be too good to be true, but
yeah,
I'd like to think that it isn't. That's the one that has all the dinosaurs, right? And then in the gameplay footage that is shown, there's there's some sort of dinosaur beasties, and and then you go into the sky and stuff like that. And then you just hop into your spaceship and fly into space and shoot enemy spaceships down and land on this whole other planet.
That's
without load screens or anything, which that's pretty impressive. I mean, because these are pretty well realized environments and stuff like that. This is what I mean by
that. Seems to be the biggest thing about the next gen. There's a lack of load screens, which I really love.
Yeah, it's good. Well, it's good to see that they're putting those resources to use somehow. If they're not upping the visual. Well, the rate at which it plays the visuals, then at least loading time between is significantly reduced.
Yeah. Project Morpheus will increase the value of the PlayStation camera and is totally rad, according to Sony.
Right.
But Project Morpheus is way far away from being, a thing to purchase. So until then, the PlayStation camera is going to be dumb. Although apparently it's selling really well because people like to use it for their Twitch streams, so that's cool, I guess. But
yeah, I mean,
it's a webcam.
I guess it's a VR headset. We should mention.
Yeah, Project Morpheus is basically Sony's competition for the Oculus Rift, which the Oculus Rift is going to totally beat Sony's thing because 1, it's got John Carmack on it, 2, it's backed by Facebook, and 3, it's got fucking John Carmack on it. He is operating on an entirely different level to the rest of us mere mortals. He is a programming god. In fucking 1992 created Wolfenstein 3D, and then in 1993 created Doom, which looked fucking several generations better.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I have no argument here. I mean, they've got the head start as well. People know the Oculus Rift.
The Oculus Rift is why the Morpheus is being a thing.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's kind of a risky venture, especially seeing as the technology, basically needs to be developed for there to be a market for it. Like it's not on a plate for them. So
yeah, well, they did have it for
they're only venturing out in response.
Like they had a sort of play with the mobile market because this is apparently that's one of the main reasons why VR is possible now is because mobile phones, they have these low latency, very small screens, but they're high quality. So you just put that in your headset and then bam, virtual reality.
Yeah,
that was an incredible simplification of it. But YouTube sharing coming to PS4.
Yes.
Free to play games.
That was meant to have come a long time ago. I swear they're kind of
these features have been pretty slow, and that's not YouTube sharing. Is not something you announce at fucking E3. It's something you announced on the PlayStation blog during a slow weekend.
Well, no, it is something that you announced at E3. It's just the E3
really?
A year or two ago when they were announcing.
When they were releasing the
consoles. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just such a weird thing to say at E3. Should be focusing on games instead. Speaking of games, there's free-to-play games announced for PlayStation 4 and Vita, which is hilarious because as soon as they started playing a trailer, there was a little thing at the bottom that said fees may be included or something like that. So it's like, what made that funny though was because the person who was selling the trailer said, on PlayStation, free means free. And then it's like, not actually free.
Did a big Sony logo flash up behind him after that?
Yeah. PlayStation Now, this is actually a really interesting thing. PlayStation Now has open beta announced for US and Canada on PS4 starting July 31st, and then sometime later it will be available on PlayStation 3 and PS Vita. Will allow access to over 100 PS3 games such as Dead Space 3, Metal Gear Solid 5, and Ultra Street Fighter 4. Now this is interesting because it's basically how they're doing backwards compatibility for the PlayStation. Yeah. And I think that's a really interesting way to do it, but I don't know if they'll be able to do it because it is super expensive. Like Gaikai they've got bought out by Sony, which is how they're doing it. And on Live, they got basically bankrupt because of how expensive it was and to create a high quality thing and like how much infrastructure it requires. And it's just, I don't know if like it sounds like it'd be interesting if it works, but I don't see it actually working, especially not in places like Australia.
Yeah.
It takes me like 4 hours to upload a 200 megabyte file. I don't think I'll be streaming The Last of Us anytime soon.
Yes. Well, look, backwards compatibility is a good thing.
Yeah.
That's my input on that. Not owning this console.
And they do allow rentals.
They choose. I guess it'll just be like high grossing things. So.
PlayStation TV is announced for North America and Europe this fall. Will cost $99 and $139 with a controller. Basically,
if I wanted a console that was a TV, I'd get an Xbox One.
But it just allows you to play your Vita games on the TV. Is what the PlayStation TV does, I believe, and it also does the remote play stuff, which the Vita does. So kind of cool.
Isn't that just like a Wii U?
Kinda, yeah.
Oh, but it has
Like
titles.
the the Vita allows you to do remote play already. Oh fuck my throat.
Yeah, we've been going for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, the Vita allows you to do remote play by using the Vita and connecting it to the PlayStation 4. It works with every game because Sony allows you to use it with every game. It's like forced onto them or something like that. So yeah, it's like I think. Oh fuck! I think we're gonna have to call it short.
Are we down to one of us? Sorry, Nintendo. Oh no, three titles before Arkham Knight as well.
Let's just skip through the rest of it. Okay, so Mortal Kombat 10 looks really cool. Really cool.
Yeah.
They look like they're taking a lot of stuff from Injustice, and I like that because Injustice is good. GTA 5 is coming. Oh, Ratchet and Clank.
Whoa.
I'm
We're
sorry.
skipping over Ratchet and Clank.
Okay, so Ratchet and Clank remaster for PS4 is announced, and I'm really interested in that. Hopefully, it's a full-on remaster and not just an upscale.
Yeah, I would really hope for that. Ratchet and Clank is one of the best games I've ever played, and I played it as a kid, but it's still,
the only problem with it today is the fact that there's no strafing. If they add in strafing, it'd be perfect.
It has strafing in the later ones, but not
the later ones.
First.
Ratchet and Clank 2 and onwards. So the first one is only the real one that has that as a problem. Add strafing in, done, perfect. Well, also up the graphics, I guess, if you're putting it on PS4.
You can roll in Ratchet and Clank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I just used that instead of strafing.
I'm not sure if you can in the first one. I think you can in the first one. I know you can in one of them at least.
I think most of them you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I
Last
think
of Us.
It's good for this title to be getting revived and given the attention it deserves.
Yeah,
and also
I agree.
Super excited for the film.
Yeah, the film actually looks pretty interesting. The Last of Us Remastered is coming out on July 29th, which is pretty cool since Last of Us was a good game on PS3, and now since over a third of PlayStation 4 owners didn't have a PS3 in the last generation, they get to play it at 60 FPS and 1080p and all that, which is good.
GTA 5 is being ported to PS4, PC, and Xbox One.
About fucking time!
Yeah.
Fuck, I've been waiting for ages. I've been so fucking close to just giving up and playing on the PS3. But I was like, no. Gotta wait for the PC version. About fucking time, Rockstar. I just hope the port isn't as bad as GTA 4.
I hope they'll allow mods.
They might, but I don't think it'll be officially supported with mod tools.
Yeah.
Batman Arkham Knight gameplay. That looks really good. It looks amazing. I love that. I can't looks like. Well.
No, you go.
Nope. My throat's killing me. You talk as much as you like.
Oh, I was gonna say I liked pretty much everything I saw except combat in the Batmobile.
Yeah, the Batmobile
it's
stuff.
Basically just loose rockets and stuff until they're bad.
It's apparently
away.
stun rockets or some bullshit
really?
like that. Yeah, that's their cop out. It's not actually harming them. It's just disabling them. It's
Fire the smoke missiles.
But yeah, it's just weird. When I was watching, I was like, Batman. You do realize, missiles actually fucking hurt. The car blowing up, yeah, they're gonna get hurt.
Armor-piercing stun bullets.
Yeah. See? Batman's logic is, I didn't kill them. The missiles did.
Yeah. He's did I mix up the chloroform and the rocket fuel again?
Yeah, but aside from that, the gameplay looks really good. I love the fact that Batman moves a lot faster throughout the city. Because the city is so much larger, there's going to be no load times, and it's going to be 5 times as big as Arkham City, and I just love it because it's so cool. They're doing the Arkham Asylum to Arkham City was a pretty big upgrade, and it looks like they're doing basically the same thing but applied to Arkham City instead of Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Really cool. Definitely looking forward to that. In 2015, Ugh. Ooh. But unfortunately, though, PlayStation gets exclusive Scarecrow Nightmare missions, which is dumb since the Scarecrow bit at the bit of the trailer looked fucking awesome. He looked amazing. Have you seen what the Scarecrow looks like?
No, I saw that.
Oh, so fucking creepy and awesome. Hasn't been seen since AA.
There is the outside chance that it'll just pop up on PC sooner or later anyway. So.
Yeah, I do expect it to appear in the Game of the Year edition or something like that.
Yeah, I can't imagine because they haven't done that with any of the other titles, have they?
Well, they did the Joker exclusive missions on PS3 where you had challenge maps where you played as the Joker. I'm not sure about Arkham City, but I know in Arkham Origins, the PS3 exclusive content was an Adam West Batman outfit.
I'm actually pretty mad about that.
Yep, as am I. Because playing as Adam West would be fucking awesome.
I would like also all of the weapons like reskinned to be just cans of like enemy repellent spray and stuff that he keeps on it.
Yeah. Well, they make a reference to that in like Arkham City, I believe. Like when you die by a shark, it's like you should have brought your shark repellent.
Shark repellent spray.
Yeah, something
that was
like
an awesome
that.
Part of that film. Oh my god.
Awesome. Yeah. So exclusive stuff, still bullshit. Uncharted 4: Thief's End coming in 2015 will be 1080p targeting 60 FPS, which sounds pretty good. I like the sounds of that, but I haven't seen any real gameplay. Apparently the trailer was like in-engine or rendered on a single It's just...
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope it looks that good. If it doesn't, I'll understand.
Yeah, to be honest, a lot of these games look better than I actually thought games could. If they weren't coming out on console, I'd be marginally worried that my hardware couldn't handle them. But
yeah.
Yeah.